Even though they could snack on sunlight, iron, and other tasty things, all bacteria needed their daily dinner of hydrogen. Hungry bacteria fanned out through the seas, even on land. They were searching for new hydrogen hunting grounds. And then they discovered that hydrogen was all around them. Water is made out of hydrogen and oxygen. The sunlight eating wizards used sun energy to pry hydrogen away from oxygen in the water. Then they gobbled up the hydrogen. Their H2O busting technology turned Earth's oceans into a resource bonanza. They were so proud. But their discovery had a dark side. Once free, oxygen was a deadly poison to bacteria. As bacteria busily busted apart H2O, oxygen gas whooshed out of the oceans and into the Earth's atmosphere. The bacteria wizards created their own pollution crisis. Bacteria began to die. Earth was in the midst of her first great extinction. Was Earth going to die? Things got worse. Hungry bacteria began eating each other. Predators liquefied their prey and drank them. What a gross, gooey mess! Big bacteria devoured small bacteria. Feisty little bacteria were equally fierce. They burrowed inside big bacteria and liquefied them from the inside out. Sometimes little ones multiplied inside big ones until there were so many little ones that the big ones exploded. Ew. Earth realized that a whole new kind of being had just come to life. They were the life eaters. They could only survive by eating other living things. The sunlight eaters weren't eating each other. They didn't need to. Their energy came from sunlight, air, water, and rock. I'm sure I don't have to tell you whether you are a sunlight eater or a life eater. Eating one's neighbor was more than rude. One part of the earth was killing another part of the earth. And what good could possibly come of that? Well, in the midst of all this mayhem, about 2,000 million years ago, something incredible happened. It might have been accidental, but I don't think so. Two battling bacteria tried to turn each other into a liquid lunch, but instead they merged into a new earthling, a eukaryote. But rather than let its DNA float around inside it loosely, as bacteria do, this new being stashed its DNA inside a protective packet called a nucleus. Having a nucleus as a control center made eukaryotes very different from bacteria. Meanwhile, the poisonous oxygen clouds kept closing in. Eukaryotes had many new talents, but coping with this poison oxygen was not one of them. Earth's disaster was turning into a mega disaster, far worse than anything humans have ever seen. Something had to happen. Earth's oceans were filled with zillions of dying eukaryotes and bacteria. Then a whippersnapper of a bacteria learned how to turn oxygen poison into power. Who were these tiny powerhouses? The mitochondria. At first, eukaryotes and mitochondria were fierce enemies, always turning each other into delectable gooey meals. Then something very strange happened. To escape predators, mitochondria hid inside eukaryotes. The mitochondria mopped up the oxygen poison and made energy not just for itself, for both. In exchange, eukaryotes protected mitochondria from predators. What an awesome partnership! Mitochondria, once free living bacteria, live inside all plants and animals. Even you. Every second, your mitochondria engines are burning oxygen to power you. It's true. Bacteria created your oxygen atmosphere, and they breathe oxygen for you. No wonder why we should love them so much.